Well, good morning. Today's Friday, so it's not my usual Wednesday check-in, but Wednesday I was in Boston and had meetings like crazy, and so I didn't get a chance to make a video. And I also was on a plane that day as well, so there's no chance for a video. And then yesterday, my son graduated from high school, and so we had that all day yesterday, and so it's been busy. So this is me finally getting a chance of heading back to work today. Actually, one day in the office this week, today on Friday, so not too bad, but I have got a busy day. Anyway, like I said, it's post-op week 8, so 8 weeks since surgery. My weight, I would say as of this morning, but actually this morning I was up kind of about half a pound, but I always just report whatever my lowest mark was, which was yesterday. I'm at 292.2. So from the week previous, that's a loss of 2.2 pounds. No, sorry, 2.8. No, I gotta think about that again. So if we go back to Wednesday, sorry, we're gonna re-report. Wednesday's mark was 292.8. The previous week was 295, so that's 2.2 pounds. So that's right. So a couple down from what I said on Wednesday, because Thursday I'd lost a little bit more, but not the best week in the world. Whether it's 2.2 or 2.8 pounds, you know, I'm really always hoping for a 3-pound loss in a week, and that didn't happen this week. So a couple contributing factors. I think one, last weekend I ate like crap. I honestly had so much sugar and so much crap. It's just hard. You got to keep the stuff out of your house, and it's hard when my family's there and they, you know, I've got kids who do have weight issues, and we should be eating better for them, and we all try to eat better, but we still have ice cream in the house, and we still have I don't know, snacks, other things. I did find some really good almond flour chips the other day, so they tasted really good at first. Now I'm not so keen on them, so anyway, found those. Yeah, my eating has not been the best. I'm kind of back to what I was doing pre-DS, in that I can just pretty much eat whatever I want. I realize I'm going to have some consequences with it, and I'm not eating a ton of anything, but as far as eating carbohydrates, and case in point, so Wednesday, like I said, I was on the road. I was very busy. I had lunches and dinners provided for me, although some of the things I did make my own choices for. So I ended up having bread a number of times that day. And luckily, on my 5-hour or 4.5-hour flight back from Boston, nothing really caught up to me. But oh my gosh, when I got home, I felt so sick, and not really sick, but just gassy, bloated, diarrhea, and it was not good. And so I think, okay, no carbs, no carbs, no carbs, and yet that doesn't seem to deter me. I really wish that the symptoms came on quicker. Although when I'm feeling that way, then eating anything at all doesn't sound good. So I don't know. I've just got to do a better job of meal planning. That's really how you get successful at this, is you meal plan. You stay away from the sugars and the carbs, and that's the other thing I've not done a good job of staying away from is sugar. So yeah, I can't tell you if Wednesday was because of breads or sugars or both, but it was just not good. And even yesterday, once I was home and kind of doing stuff with the family, I did manage to do a little bit better, but I know I had a roll with when we went out for my son's graduation dinner. I had a roll with dinner, and that wasn't, you know, it was a really good roll, but I just need to do better at staying away from that stuff. The problem is I think, oh, it's just one, I'll just have one, but it's like one every day. I find something else to screw up with every day. That's frustrating. You know, overall, I'm happy. I guess as of today, that I'd be down about 51, about 51.5 pounds or so. So since I started my pre-op diet, that's great. I'm within 5 pounds of a little over 5 pounds of my low weight that I got to with the sleeve. I expect that I'll hit that in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be really excited about that. And then I get to get into some uncharted territory, or somewhere I haven't been in the next 20 years, or the next 20 years, in the last 10 years. Let's try that again. I think I mentioned early on in my podcast, or in my video log here, that 10 years ago, so it's 2018 right now, in 2008, I lost a lot of weight using phentermine and exercise and diet and whatnot. Gained it all back, of course, plus more. But at that time, I got down to 263, I believe. And so that's kind of my next goal I want to zero in on, is that 263. Like I said, I haven't been there in 9 or 10 years, so that will be a great milestone. But anyway, first things first, I got to get to this other kind of low milestone of what I gotten down to with the sleeve, and then I want to get past that. So I really need to recommit myself. Busy weekend coming up, or busy day at work. I just need to make better food choices and plan and prep. And you know, I love living on tuna and chicken salad. Those are my go-tos, but I don't think I've had any of that in a week. Problem too then is I have chicken salad or tuna salad and I want it with a cracker. I don't really want to eat it on top of a cucumber, but I really got to do better at forcing myself to, that's my food choice, that's what I've got to have. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I did ref a tournament this last weekend. That was great. I did notice, especially being at this weight, I was trying to remember if I refed much soccer when I was kind of in this weight range, and I think I did do the fall season of 2016 where I was just under 300 pounds on my way down to that 287. But I also got injured that year too. I pulled my hamstring partway through the season and I was done. So I don't know how many games I got in at that time, but anyway, back to the tournament. So in total, I think I refed 10 games. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 10 games. And pretty much 2 a day, except for on Saturday I did 4. And the thing I noticed was that even on the Saturday where I did 4, I could have gone longer. I could have done, and again, just as a reminder, these are not 90-minute full high school kid games. These are like 12-year-olds, you know, and so I'm only doing an hour at a time. And but that's okay, because so I'm out there putting in 4 hours of work or 2 hours of work or whatever. But it was interesting. I felt really good. I still don't have that kind of like, oh, let's go sprint energy. I do for like the first 30 minutes of the game, and then after that it's like, okay, I'm going to walk a lot of this. I'll sprint when I need to catch up with play, but it's still effort to me, and I want to get to the point where that's less effort. But overall, though, I felt good. My recovery was good. I didn't need to take a lot of pain, Tylenol or whatever. That's something else I want to touch on. I'll get back to that in a second. It was pain medication. So anyway, overall good things. I won't be reffing for another month. Summer season's kind of slow, and there's some tournaments around, but I've got a wedding coming up and some other things, so I'm not going to ref for a while. Which means I need to find my way to the gym. Speaking of pain pills, pain pills, that sounds really good. No, Tylenol. So that was my doctor's advice, was to take Tylenol, but Tylenol just it does okay. It kind of cuts things a little bit. It helps a little bit. Advil is always the one that has done well for me, and there's this prevailing attitude that you should not take Advil or any NSAID or ibuprofen, whatever, if you've had weight loss surgery. And that's what I've come to find out is this is especially true if you've had bypass, because you have a very small pouch, and the enzymes, I think it's enzymes, that deal with NSAIDs, there's not enough of them in the stomach when you have such a small pouch to deal with them effectively, and therefore they're corrosive to the stomach lining and cause, I don't know if it's enzymes, it's anyway, something in the stomach lining, some sort of chemical or something your body secretes to deal with the NSAIDs, break them down. There's not enough of it present if you have a small pouch. Now a sleeve is a bit bigger, and so there is enough, but not enough to continually take them all the time. And prior to weight loss surgery, the first time, I was a habitual taker just because I always ate. I was over 400 pounds, and so I was taking them daily. And I'm surprised I never formed an ulcer, but I had a really big stomach, so maybe I had a lot of that chemical that deals with it. Anyway, so this is only something I've really come to understand lately is the difference. But I think a lot of times with weight loss surgery, people put out these blanket statements like, oh, you can't do this, don't sit through a straw. There's a lot of old, not bad information, just kind of misinformation. So this is one of them. If you're looking at this and you need to occasionally take ibuprofen because you got a sprain or a pull or something, it's okay. You just, the way my doctor put it to me, my current doctor said, take Tylenol first, see how it does, and then take your ibuprofen. And that's basically what I've done, or tried to do, sort of. I think there was one day, I think Saturday after I had reffed, just because my knees swell a little bit still, I took some ibuprofen. And I think it was actually kind of hard on my stomach because the next day I didn't feel very well. And I don't know if that was because of diet or because of the ibuprofen. I didn't take that much. I took 400 milligrams, so 200 milligram tablets. But I don't know. So now I'm a little bit leery. It's one of those things, again, I will try and stay with Tylenol if I can, but if I can't, then or if it's too much, then I'll try the ibuprofen again. But anyway, just one of those things where a lot of previous information, especially where Roux-en-Y gastric bypasses kind of ruled the day here in the US, so most of the information that people get, even if they've had Sleeve or even DS, they get a lot of this information that really only applies to Roux-en-Y. Anyway, it's very important to do what your doctor says, to get information and to become informed on what's going on with your body. Anyway, I'm up against almost 12 minutes on this video. I didn't mean to ramble on so long. Hope everybody's doing well. It's the start of summer around here. So it's June 1st today. I've got my 2-month post-op next week. That'll be on Tuesday. So by the time I make this video next week, I'll have been to see the doctor again, and we'll see where we're at. Have a good one. Bye.